All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here, and tonight I'm bringing you a little Casio G-Shock. Fun on a Friday night. Always been a fan of the G-Shock watches. Classic. Since 1983, Casio's been building these ultra strong, super tough watches. And as you guys know, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different models out there, maybe even thousands, I'm not really sure, and different variations, color variations as far as the bezel. On these type of watches, they consider this the bezel, is what I've read actually on the Casio website. And of course your strap here. But so many different color combinations and stuff like that. But really, the watch that started it all would be this style watch here, the DW5600 series from Casio. This watch right here is the DW5600-TB, being a throwback. And I'm going to go ahead and grab the hang tag here and show you guys here. This one is the -1DR, being the yellow with the black strap. Now, these watches Casio has just brought out, they've actually been out for a while, but actually December 2017, they actually brought these watches to the American market. They were actually a Japanese market only watch, and they decided to go ahead and sell them on the American market. So awesome deal for us. These watches are available in 4 different configurations. Obviously, I picked out the yellow bezel with the black strap. There is, I think, a white bezel with a red strap. There's a green bezel with a purple strap. And then you have, I think, a blue bezel with a pink strap. And all very 1983 retro throwback styles, throwback colors. And I mean, that's just a kick in the pants. I'm a kid of the 70s and 80s. I was born in 1970. So in 1983, I was 13 years old. And actually, I wasn't super familiar with the G-Shocks because at the time I was actually wearing a Seiko watch, a Seiko diver at the time. And so, but actually I remember these G-Shocks coming into fashion when I was in high school. My first year of high school in 1984. I remember being in gym class and a guy showed up with a G-Shock on his wrist. So it was really close to when these first came out. And the cool thing was, you know, he took his watch off and I was wearing my Seiko. He chucked the thing up against the locker doors. I mean, just slammed it up against the doors, picked it up and showed it to me. He's like, check this out. He's all, would you do that with your watch? And I was like, no way I would do that with my watch. I love my watch and stuff like that. So, but it became really interesting. So I actually bought one after that, had a G-Shock, and it was funny because everyone was doing so much tossing around of these things in gym class that they started knocking the modules sideways and the buttons weren't working and stuff like that. And I was making like $5 a watch to straighten that module out in high school because I had the screwdriver small enough to get the case back off of these. I mean, they employ these really small Phillips screwdrivers. And at the time, no one had anything like that. And my dad had some electronics tools. And I was able to get the case backs off and straighten up the modules. And I'd charge a guy $5 to do that to his watch. So nutty kid stuff. But anyways, guys, I love the idea of Casio doing these throwback series. This is very classic, not just the colors, and stuff like that, but just the dial layout. Very basic, very standard. I always remember them having this kind of orange ring here around them. The shock resistant down there, or the shock resist down there on the dial, and the alarm chronograph function. These are 200-meter water resistant nowadays. I don't think they were that waterproof back then, but I could be wrong. I'm not exactly positive on that, guys. But so the functions on this watch, very simple. And I'll go ahead and go through them for you. So you've got, obviously on the main screen, you've got your time, your seconds, your day, your date function, month even. And then up here in the corner, you guys can see right next to Friday, that's letting you know that I do have the alarm set on this watch. And this little symbol right here is letting you know that I have the backlight on. And I'll get into the backlight and how that works on this watch here a little bit more in a minute. Other functions on this watch, you've got the alarm set up there. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know if this has more than one alarm or not. No, that's the backlight down that. Okay, I think it's just got one alarm. Yeah. Very simple, very basic, a single alarm. And, oh, come on, modes here. You've got a countdown timer. You've got a stopwatch, and then you've got your main mode. So very simple watch, but very user-friendly. I mean, in any of these, even in this non-throwback series, it makes just a wonderful gym watch, all-around beater watch, these DW5600s. They're just great. So over here on the side, we have our backlight. This does have electroluminescence, guys, and I'll show you here. There you go. Now, can you guys see in the background? I've never noticed this on any Gshock. I don't know if this is normal, guys, nowadays. Tell me. But you can see the shock resistant in the background there that lights up red. I don't know if that's just these, or the shock resist. I don't know if that's just these throwback series, you guys. Let me know down there in the comments if that's the way all of them are, but it may just be something they're doing on these throwback series. Very, you know, standard DW5600 setup here. But, you know, old style, old style. So let me show you guys the case back on here. Just to focus. There we go. So standard shock resist, that logo that Gshock has used for so many years. And the DW5600-TB over here, which is cool because that's for the throwback series. There's only 4 of these. And even though these are a Japanese market watch, they are made in China. Gshocks, from what I can tell, are made all over the world. I mean, Thailand, Malaysia, China, all over the place. But very cool watch. So these things are a little bit more than the normal ones. These things are going to set you back $100. That's the suggested manufacturer's price on these, $99. So a little bit more than your standard 5600. That's probably actually twice as much as a standard one, but very cool. And the color combinations are just spectacular, guys. So okay, so with this little backlight function here, it's interesting because over here, if you guys can read it, it's really tiny writing, but it says light on and off. So without reading the instructions, you hold this down for 2 seconds, and that went off. So I thought that meant the backlight wouldn't work, but the backlight still works. So what this is for, and I'll go ahead and turn it back on, is that when you have this light on here, and you have the chime function on, when this watch chimes or something, it will actually flash the backlight. So will drain the battery life faster. So if you don't want your watch flashing at night or flashing when the alarm goes off or anything like that, make sure that you have this little symbol down here off, and you turn that off by pushing this button up here on the top. Hold it in for about 2 seconds, and you'll see that shut off. You can do the same thing in the alarm function with the chime over here. See here, if you push. Now I've shut the alarm completely off. This turns the alarm function on, you guys can see there. And this turns the chime on only, meaning that this watch will chime every hour. So at the top of every hour, it will chime. And then that's the chime and the alarm on at the same time. So guys, go check out the 5600 throwbacks. I think they're just a really cool deal. Let me get the box up here. I mean, this is pretty much standard Casio stuff here. You get the Casio tin box it comes with, which are always cool. I mean, they're a neat little tin box. You've got the standard outside cardboard box. And there you guys have it. You guys can see the Casio Gshock throwback. B-1JF, Men's Japan Import New. Reference number there. You do have a hang tag that came with the watch, and also the international warranty paperwork here. And right down here is your information on the module in this watch. So cool watch, guys. Go check out the color you want to get. I think if you're an old guy like me, you remember these original Gshocks like this, and they're just a really great watch to have in the collection. I mean, I think really having any of these 5600s in the collection is a great thing. I'm happy to have this. I gave my nephews a couple of my old Gshocks that I've had for years and years, and so this one I'll wear for a while. Really cool little watch. I really enjoy it. All right, guys, this has been the Casio DW5600 Throwback 1983. These are the 35-year anniversary models because 2018 is the 35th anniversary of the Casio Gshock. All right, guys, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please do. Please do. All right, thanks, guys.